Hey there, Sunbird Nation. Just wanted to make a quick video of the cylinder head going on the engine. It's done, ready to go. It's got all new cam followers. It's got all new lash adjusters. Springs were set a little while ago. Everything is clean. I'm setting it up like this because once you put it on the engine and once you put the cam carrier on top, you can't put anything else on it. You can't physically get your hand in there and get stuff in, so you got to put it on like this and then put the cam cover on, well, the cam carrier rather, last, and then bolt it all down. So stick around and we'll get this thing done. This is the original engine from my 87 Sunbird, and you can see there is no tensioner on the timing belt. It looks like the water pump is the sole way to tighten the belt tension. I'm going to try to include some pages from the 1990 manual to show the difference, but in the following video, you'll see the tensioner on my 1990 engine setup, that it has a tensioner right in the center, right there, that sets the timing belt tension. This cover is also weird looking too, with two like paths on it, if you want to call it that the belt runs through. So to follow up on the last video and to edit these two together seamlessly, you can see inside my cam carrier that there is no room to insert the cam followers, rocker arms, whatever you want to call them. You have to put everything together before the cam cover goes on. It's just physically impossible to do it any other way. So now that that's all assembled, I have a fresh coat of RTV here because there is no gasket. I had made a gasket previously. I think I showed you in my engine disassembly video. I wasn't thrilled with it because it came apart for a few years, and I just decided to go, stock use this. So it's coming together. I have the front assembled. I have some of the accessories back on, the intake's on, alternator, this pulley, bracket rather. What I want to show you is, here is the timing belt setup. This is the 1990 engine, so it has a tensioner. The 87 and 88 do not have a tensioner. I don't know about 89. I don't have an 89 service manual. I've never had an 89 engine apart, so maybe one of you guys knows, but I don't know right now. So somewhere along the line, they changed the tensioning setup. On the 87 and 88, the water pump was the sole means of tensioning the timing belt. This pulley didn't exist. It came down here, went around, blah, blah, blah. My engine has a tensioner, and I don't like the way GM wants you to adjust the tensioner. What they tell you is to assemble it, crank the water pump tension so that this piece right here touches this piece here. They call this the stop. And you can see there's an air gap between them. And there's a hole right there. What they want you to do is crank the water pump up so that touches the stop. Then tighten everything up, rotate the engine 2 revolutions, 720 degrees. And then you back the water pump tension off so that this hole in the outer part of the tensioner lines up with a hole in the back part of the tensioner. And you can see I'm almost there. I'm a little bit over. I did it their way, and it's super tight. I mean, you got like a 16th inch clearance between the stop and the spring-loaded part, which I think is just too tight. I mean, I want to be able to take the belt off in the car and adjust the timing or change the belt if I have to without touching the water pump. I'm lazy like that. So I usually tighten the water pump up enough to load this thing, but not so much I can't get the belt on and off. I mean, right now, it's looser than GM wants it, and getting that belt on and off is a bitch. I had to take it off because I was dumb and left this thing off after I assembled everything. I had to take it apart again this morning and put that water manifold, whatever you want to call it, on the head. I forgot to put it on because I'm stupid. But so I know getting that belt on and off is a pain in the ass. So that's why I do it that way. So that's my story. But anyway, so this is ready to go. I have to put the cam cover on. I want to check the timing events of the cam. I don't like the way the manufacturer, Kent Cams, lists the timing events in the catalog. It just says timing 16/21. Then it says 21/16. I'm assuming that means the intake valve opens at 16 before and closes 21 after. And then the exhaust valve opens 21 before, or 21 after rather, and then closes 16 before. It's a shitty way of doing it. It really should be explained better. So I wanted to check it with a dial indicator myself. So that's next on my list of things to do. But here's where we stand as of today. And again, I don't have an 89 service manual. The 88 manual and 87 manuals both show no tensioner right there. It's just an open hole, and I have a little bit of video I took of my 87 engine, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about. So when I set this up originally, I was mentally saying to myself, okay, you know, when you set these things up, you want the timing mark on 10 before or 8 before, whatever the service manual says. That's where you put the, you know, the cam mark on TDC. That's where you line it up. That's your lineup mark. And then I looked at the manual, and I noticed it doesn't say to do that. So I checked my 87 manual to make sure I'm not hallucinating, and lo and behold, the 87 manual says that, and so does the 88. Again, I don't have an 89, I can't tell, but the 1990 manual does not say to do that. All it says is line up your timing marks at TDC. That's it. So when I first built this engine, I hope I did it the right way. I can't remember, it was 10, 12 years ago. When I did it this summer, I know for a fact I was using 10 before because I couldn't get it to come in and my harmonic balance has slipped anyway. So let that be a lesson to you guys. Get a service manual and read it and do what it says. The 1990 does not want to be set up at 10 before, whereas the 87, 88 does. So I still recommend marking TDC as I have, so I know what TDC actually is. Make sure your balancer lines up with the TDC mark on your timing indicator. You need to have all this stuff baseline before you can go anywhere. Then if the manual says to put it at 10 before when you line your cam up, then so be it, do that. But that, again, it's a lesson for you. Read your service manual, go buy one. They're very cheap on eBay. I think my 87s are like $9. And I just bought, I got this Cavalier here. It's a shit box. I bought it cheap in case this turbo engine pisses me off this year. I probably will put a 3.1 in my car, so I bought this as a donor. But I bought a manual for that so I could familiarize myself with it. It was like 28 bucks with shipping. So these manuals are very cheap. Go buy one. If you get 2 pieces of information out of it, it's well worth the money. Saves you a lot of time. So there's my sermon for the day. Here's where we're staying with the engine. It's shaping up. I am taking my sweet time. Yes, I'm slow. I do have a full-time job, so I'm not here on the weekends. I only sneak in a few hours, you know, during the week to work on this thing. So it's getting there. It's coming along. So I will keep it posted when there's more to tell you. As usual, thanks for watching, and hope you learned something. See you later. Hang on. How about some bonus footage? I think everyone knows, when you set the timing belts up on these things, you're supposed to put it 10 degrees before on the timing mark indicator, right? It says it right here in the 87 manual. Boom, make sure it's crankshaft pulleys on 10 degrees before. Well, 1990 doesn't say that. So they stopped doing it. It just says line up the timing marks on the crank and the cam. That's it. That's all. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it.